Hi, Taurus. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for February 2023. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in February and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign are going to resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there, so you might want to check that out. This reading is for Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, and Taurus Moon. I'm using the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck in this video. All that being said, Taurus, now on to your February 2023 Psychic Tarot reading. First card you have, Taurus, is the 10 of Rods, and this is moving on to new and better horizons with 10 rods of burden on your shoulder. And these 10 rods of burden are knowledge and experience you've gained that are going to help you as you move on to new and better horizons. You could also be just generally feeling overburdened at this time in February. I do feel that some of you are packing up and you're moving. Now, this could be from the place where you live. You could be packing up and moving your residence. You could be packing up and moving from one, office to another, from one work location to another. And for some of you, I feel that you're going to have to maybe drive a distance further than what you had to before. If it's about work, or even if you move and you're working, I feel that that would make you have to drive farther for work. There's a lot of things that some of you Tauruses are going to be taking out, and you could be taking them to the dump or to a charitable donation place, like to do with Veterans Association or Purple Heart, or there's many different names, Goodwill. But I really pick up more that some of the stuff you're going to take to a dump. So you may be getting rid of like old tires, old wood, or things that have, broken down and gotten rotten that, could be machinery or things that, the garbage collectors just won't take. Some of you are putting things on the curb also. I feel that some of you are buying a property or moving to a new property. You maybe just feel like, oh man, I've accumulated a lot of junk. So you may feel like, wow, I got to clean my closets. I got to clean out the attic. I got to clean out my garage. I got to clean out the crawl space. Maybe even stuff that you have, like old Christmas decorations that are all beat up and worn out, or other holiday decorations. It doesn't just have to be clothes and shoes and tires and wood and old machinery. It could also be things that you've just had for a really long time that have gotten really beat up and worn out. And some of you may be fixing some things that maybe are broken, and then you're going to turn around and sell them. Like, maybe you had a motorcycle that has value, but there were things about it that need, maybe it needs a new carburetor, or I don't know. I don't know much about machinery. But, maybe it needs something, and you're going to repair it and fix it and then sell it. And if you're good with repairing technology, it could even be some kind of technology. Or a boat, or a jet ski, or a motorcycle, or maybe a clock. Maybe you have a big grandfather clock or something that you want to fix it, but then you're going to sell it. I don't feel like you're fixing it to keep it. So the next card you have in your reading, Taurus, is the Eight of Cups, and this is turning away from what's not working for you anymore, emotionally speaking. And you're heading off with this stick of power and control in your hand. And even though the journey is unknown, you're still willing to take it. So you could be leaving something that's emotionally unfulfilling for you. Some of you are quitting a job. You may feel like you've put up with people like giving you the runaround, or that taking power and control away from you at your job. And now you're like, well, you know, I'm not staying here anymore. Or maybe you feel like your bosses are too controlling and you want to have more power and control yourself. Some of you have a list of people that, like this list of people that you feel like you need to get away from. It could be unhealthy friendships, negative people, could be neighbors. Maybe that's why some of you are moving. Maybe some of you don't like your neighbors anymore, or the neighborhood's changed, or there's gangs or protesters, or you know, violent outbreak, or you just don't like the people, your neighbors are too rowdy or too nosy or too fussy. And you may feel like, I don't have enough power and control here anymore. I want to go where I feel safer. I feel like I have more power and more control. So it could be where you're living. It could be happening at a job. Some of you, you could be leaving a love partner. That's not what comes up first and second, though. So just know that's later on down the line. I feel like you've been emotionally burdened by something. Could even be having to care for somebody, like maybe you have somebody in your family that's not well, and all the burden of caring for them, it has fallen on your shoulders. And maybe you're like, I devoted all this time and energy of my life to do this, and now my siblings need to step up to the plate. I don't know what it is, but I feel like you've kind of had enough of something, and you want, whatever it is, you want to move away from it. My guides are also saying you're going to make a new start somewhere else. So some of you, this is about moving or leaving a job. And I also hear you may feel like you have put up with tyranny that you don't want to put up with anymore. And this could even be coming from family members. If you have family members that are pushy, controlling, disruptive to your psyche and your emotions, you may feel like, I gotta get away from them. I can't live with them anymore, or I can't, keep going around them at family gatherings anymore. I can't spend every holiday with them anymore. So for some of you, this could be a familial thing. So the next card you have in your reading, Taurus, is the Empress. And this is a maternal figure. That's the sun. The sun is glaring on this card. It's the Empress. This is a maternal figure that's crossed over to the other side, watching you, guiding you, protecting you. This could also be a maternal figure in the living, your mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, or someone like a mother figure to you. It could be you. You could be the Empress. This could be the birth of a child, or the birth of a business, project, plan, or an idea. You could have family members that are really stressing out over your mother. You could be one of them. Now, I could be strongly talking to Taurus rising here more than Taurus sun. I don't know that. So if you're a Taurus sun sign and you're like, this isn't making sense to me, I highly recommend, like I say in the beginning of the video, these are general readings after all. So you may really want to watch your rising sign, because your messages may be coming there this month. Or if you're born on the cusp of your sign, watch your cusp sign. I get like there's trouble brewing here with a mother figure. If it's not your mother, it could be your grandmother, or an aunt. Maybe you have an aunt that's like a mother figure to you, or somebody else in your family that feels like maternal to you. She may be having memory issues, dementia, Alzheimer's, could be part of what's going on here. She could also be in a position where she needs to go into assisted living or a nursing home, or she may need home health care. And that, whatever is coming up like that, if she has to go somewhere like a nursing home or assisted living, or have somebody come in and stay with her, like, you know, a home health care worker, she may be putting up a fight about it. She may not be happy about it and be resisting it. I feel like there's a lot going on with her in her mental or emotional state. Now, remember, that could be you. Empress can also be the person I'm doing the reading for. So you could have a lot of things going on with you affecting your mental and emotional state right now. You could be working at a business where there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and the company or business you work for is getting about ready to change. You could hear some gossip or things about it through the grapevine, but it may not be confirmed yet. So there could be some big changes going on if you work for a business or a company that, you know, maybe somebody's getting ready to retire, somebody's getting ready to leave, so maybe somebody's getting ready to get fired, and somebody else is going to step into a manager role, a supervisor role, a superior role. Maybe the company's being sold and some other company is going to come in, and you may have heard rumblings about it or gossip about it, but you may not have the full picture yet. If you would like to get more specific psychic messages and predictions to continue on with this reading for your zodiac sign, you can get my psychic crystal readings for the month of February 2023 by clicking on that link down below in the description box in the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand pages for that particular series, and you can pick whatever sign you want, your sun sign, your rising sign, or your moon sign. You can also access these links by going to my website at theluckymermaid.com videos page and look for the February 2023 psychic crystal readings. Click on whatever sign you want and it will take you to those videos on Vimeo. So now on to card number 4 in your reading, and you have the Two of Pentacles, and this is weighing your options, having to make a decision or a choice between two things. There's emotions tied up here in your decision or choice. You could be seeking balance also. You may feel like you're in a catch-22 situation. You may feel like you're a bit of a victim of circumstance, and you may have a lot of uncertainty about not being sure what to do. I do feel you have some kind of decision, and I feel that you're afraid, oh, if I make this decision, then things could go south and not work out. But if I make this decision, you know, is this really going to be better? It could be whether to stay or go in a relationship. It could be whether to stay or go if you work for a business or company that's being sold, or that they're promoting different people that now are going to be your boss. Maybe you don't feel like you like. It could also be whether to stay or go if you're contemplating moving. These issues have come up in your different cards in this reading. So you're weighing some options here, maybe more than one. And it's kind of like you could be making pros and cons list. I see you're toying around with logic and reason versus your emotions. So it's like logic and reason about what to do is on one hand, and your emotions about how you feel or how you're going to feel are on your other hand here. And I feel like you're trying to tap in and get in tune with yourself about what resonates with you, what's going to fulfill your needs, what's going to give you the most peace, what's going to make you feel the most happy. This is what I see as your part of your thinking and decision-making process here. You could also be trying to assimilate to shifting, changing, and new situations that are going on in your life. You may be pondering, what can I do to make this situation better? How could I improve it? Maybe you know, sometimes Tauruses don't like change, or you like to feel more steady, even, and solid. So maybe the idea of moving or leaving your job and going to another, or leaving your spouse or significant other to find more peace. You may feel like not solid with that. And some of you Tauruses may be toying around with, is there anything that I can do to make this situation better and more tolerable so you can stick with it? I do feel any seesawing action or confusion in your mind will get sorted out in the month of February. So just give yourself time throughout this month to sort it out. So the last card you have in your reading is the Two of Cups. And this is two people that are fate, destined, meant to be, intertwined, destined, preordained, fate. Did I say all that? Meant to be. Usually it's a love relationship. It could be soulmate energy, twin flame energy. This could be, you know, sometimes soulmate is not always a love partner. You can be soulmate with a friend. You could, one of your children you could have a soulmate connection to. So it's not always love, but often it is romantic love with this card. You know, some of you are doing some kind of graduation and leaving somebody behind. You're graduating from a relationship. You're leaving it. And you did have this card, even though when I read it, I didn't feel like that was the top thing here happening. But for some of you, it is. Some of you Tauruses are going to start communicating with somebody you knew from the past. It could be an old friend. It could be an ex-love. And you could be enhancing and developing this relationship moving forward in this year of 2023. You could be having some kind of communication on getting together for some kind of joint endeavor or joint activity. It could be a business. It could be a short-term gig that you want to do together with this person. It could also be to have an affair. It could also be to start a new love. I feel like you're going to have peace and contentment through each other's company. And this may be where you really start to shine and like let your true self out, where you feel like you're more free to be the real you. Like if you feel like you've been boxed in or, you know, having to put on, I don't know, behaviors that aren't really what you really feel like you're acting in a play and you feel like, I'm not really feeling like I'm behaving or being my true self. This union, whether it's for business, love, friendship, I feel like you're going to be free to be you, expressing your true self, expressing your true beliefs, your feelings. This is going to be a strong bond and a strong connection. If you don't see this happen in February, it could happen later on in the year. Don't get freaked out like, hey, this sounds great, but February goes by and it doesn't happen. It came up in your cards, so it's coming. Now, for some of you, especially I notice this for Tauruses, almost more than any other sign when I do these readings. I've had Tauruses come up in past months say, that happened to me a year ago. That happened to me 2 years ago. It seems to happen with Taurus for some reason more than the other signs. So some of this stuff may have already happened to you. But, you know, that's the nature of psychic readings, especially in the crystal. I'm going to tell you that right now, that forward and backwards come up a lot in it. And I can't always discern. I'll tell people, well, this is what I see. And they're like, yeah, that happened to me. But it's also giving you forward predictions. So if this hasn't happened to you yet, it's coming in. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Tauruses to work with, use, or wear in the month of February 2023, I'm trying to get out of the glare, is Amazonite. And Amazonite is a stone of truth, hope, and flow. It brings clarity and calm. It dispels negative energy and can protect from EMFs, which is the electromagnetic field. It has great healing abilities, and Amazonite is associated with luck, overall success, and money. You know, if there's been any kind of breach of contract or some disillusion, breaking apart of something, this is going to help heal those issues. It's going to help you feel steady and calm in the face of upheaval or danger of any kind. It's also going to be a motivational stone to make you want to move forward with any of your ideas, projects, or plans. It's also going to give you a sense of pride in yourself and in your accomplishments, tasks, skills, and work. And it's going to help you be a leader. So in February, if you get put in a leader, like a captain of a team, a leader of any kind of group or team, or like a manager, supervisor, or something of that nature, it's going to really help you if you carry that with you in your pocket or wear it on your body when you are doing the leadership role. It's going to help you with that. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand pages, where I look at very specific topics using a variety of divination tools, I always post my most recently recorded videos down below in the description box in the Show More section, and they're also available on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. And there you can scroll down that page and go to whatever video series is of interest to you. You can read the description of what divination tools I've used and how long the predictions go out for. And then you just click on whatever zodiac sign you want, and that link will take you to that video on Vimeo. Now, my most recently recorded video series is my Big Love readings for 2023 for singles and couples. I used a variety of divination tools. I used 2 different tarot decks, and I used the crystal and also the Psychic Tarot for the Heart oracle card reading, oracle cards in those readings. So if you want to see what's coming up for you in the area of love and romance in 2023, you might want to check those out. Then also, as I said earlier in this video, if you want to get an expansion or a continuation of this reading that I do here on YouTube, you can get my psychic crystal readings for February 2023, where I look into each sign of the zodiac in the areas of, you name it, I look into it. Love, family, health, blessings, cautions, warnings, money, work, business. I'd look into all those categories and more, and they're always available every month, but you might want to check them out and see what else is coming up for you beyond what I get here in these tarot readings. Also, don't forget, you are, if you haven't checked out the New Year's readings, I did 2 series for the new year of 2023, my psychic tarot readings for 2023 for each sign of the zodiac. That has 16 cards in it. Plus, I did an additional New Year's readings where I looked into my crystal for my psychic crystal readings for 2023 for each sign of the zodiac. Lots of people are really commenting about that series a lot. Again, with the crystal, I look into every area, what you need to know, what's cautions, what warnings, how your work is going to do, what your business is doing, money, love for couples, and casually dating, business, I already said that, health, family, and blessings. It's a lot of things I look at in those crystal readings, and they are a bargain. They are a bargain. They cost less than going to Starbucks for some coffee. So I hope you'll check those out. Also, don't forget, you're still being affected by the 2 eclipses that happened at the end of October and in November. Those eclipse effects are going to go on. They go on for 6 months. Plus, in those videos, those predictions and messages went out way past 6 months. So if you haven't checked out the eclipse videos yet, you might want to get my eclipse effects for the solar eclipse in Scorpio, October 25th, 2022, for each zodiac sign, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card reading. And then also the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, November 8th, 2022, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card reading for each sign of the zodiac. I'm going to say right now, in most of my video series, I do recommend, if you can do so, to watch both your rising sign and your sun sign, because the combination of the 2 may really be very accurate for you, and sometimes your sun sign is more accurate than your rising, and sometimes your rising sign is going to be more accurate for you than your sun sign. And I can't determine that in these general readings, so I recommend, if you find on these YouTube readings that your rising sign resonates with you, then that's what you should get in the Vimeo videos. I do. And if it's your sun sign, then that's what you should go with. Or if you find a combination is what makes sense to you, then you should get both. Also, my Mars retrograde psychic taroscopes for 2022-2023 for each zodiac sign. Yes, Mars retrograde went forward on January 12th. Mars is direct, but we don't get out of the shadow of that until mid-March. And these psychic predictions and messages in those Mars retrograde readings, they go out all the way until mid-March. So if you haven't checked them out, you might want to do so. If you would like to help support the channel and the readings I do here on YouTube, there's a donation link down below, and it is connected to PayPal. Thank you so much to those of you who have been so kind and generous and donated to my channel. It does mean a lot to me, and it does help me a lot. Helps me to keep this channel going. There has to be income coming in, and this is my job. My job is doing readings. I was a pastry chef for 22 years. I'm too old for that now. Nobody's going to hire me to be a pastry chef now, and I couldn't stand all those hours and lift and all that. So I've been working as a psychic for 21 years. So you also help me by clicking like sharing, and subscribing, because when you do that, that helps me in the algorithms on YouTube. It'll raise my standing. I don't know, like people will see my videos pop up in their feed. So clicking like, even if you don't like my video, I think even if you click like or don't like, I'm not so sure about that, but hopefully you click like and you share and you subscribe. That would help me a lot, and I do truly appreciate it, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here doing these readings on YouTube. If nobody's watching, why would I do it, right? So I also want to say, if you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides channeled through me that you're not going to see here on a video on YouTube, you can follow me on my social media pages at the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook and the Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. And I've also started posting these messages and predictions on the YouTube community pages, where I pull a tarot card usually, or an oracle card of some sort, or I look into my crystal and I give written predictions about what I get from the card or crystal, and I write it in about 5 paragraphs long. Many people find these messages resonate with them. You may find that too. I'd love to see you on my social media pages, so I hope you'll decide to check them out. So I hope you have absolutely fabulous energy that comes to you this February of 2023, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.